Take your pop punk vocals from this
It's not okay. Watch when you say.
to this.
It's not okay. Watch when you say. Only the lucky ones will ever break away.
In this video, I'm going to share with you the most important thing that you need to do to your vocals to get the best sound possible. So as you can tell from the intro, in my opinion, the most important thing to add to vocals is more vocals. And what do I mean by that? Or vocal layers. And more specifically, the right vocal layers at the right time for the song. So these days, with artists and bands recording at home, mixers like me will get sent these great songs with these great quality recordings, but they won't have what they need to be taken to that next level. They don't have the vocal layers there that the pro songs have. So many times I'll get sent one vocal for the verse and then that same one vocal for the chorus. And sometimes if I'm lucky, I'll get a harmony too, layered in. But that's just not how the pros do it. And it's not enough, especially for pop punk, if you want that big modern sound. So in our genre and similar genres especially, you need to have thick, wide, big choruses that pop out. And you're not going to get that with just the one vocal, no matter how many tricks you use with reverbs and delays and stuff like that. You need the doubles there. Okay, so let's play this song with just the one vocal down the middle and see how it sounds.
It's not okay. Watch when you say. Only the lucky ones will ever break away.
So it sounds good, it sounds well recorded, it's got energy, it's got a bit of life to it, but there's definitely another level that it can go to. And if you were to compare it to some pro songs, those vocals are not going to cut it. So what can we do to improve it? We add the doubles in. Well, what doubles do we need to add in? As a starting point, you definitely want to record that same chorus in the same way 2 additional times. And then you have a stereo pair of doubles. So it's not copying and pasting the vocal that you already have. It's singing it in the exact same way so that it locks in with the main vocal. And then you can pan them out all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and have a wide, thick sound, which is exactly what I've got here with this track named Vocal Stereo Doubles. So I'm going to play the chorus again with the doubles and then take them out so you can see what it adds and then what's missing when they're not there.
It's not okay. Watch when you say. Only the lucky ones will ever break away.
So notice how it still sounds like one line. It doesn't sound like 3 people are singing. It's all locked in. But if we take that away, you'll hear the missing energy and life that the doubles provide.
It's not okay. Watch when you say.
And now again with the doubles added in.
It's not okay. Watch when you say.
That is an incredible difference. And then we can take it one step further. You'll always want a harmony in there. Whether you want a higher harmony or a lower harmony, whether you want it to be obvious or just tucked in for a texture, that's song dependent and dependent upon your taste as the artist or producer. Let's have a listen to how much a stereo harmony can do.
It's not okay. Watch when you say. Only the lucky ones will ever break away.
Now let's listen with that harmony removed.
It's not okay. Watch when you say.
And brought back in.
Only the lucky ones will ever break away. It's not okay.
So it just provides another level. It really gives it that sing-along factor, which in pop punk you need. So the stereo harmony track is the same as the doubles. It's sung in the same way to lock in with the main vocal, but of course it's a different melody. So let's have a listen in solo to each of these 3 parts, or 5 parts I should say, as there are 2 sets of stereo tracks here, so you can hear what's happening. So this is the main vocal by itself.
It's not okay. Watch when you say.
Now let's add in the stereo doubles.
It's not okay. Watch when you say.
I mean, that just sounds so good. And then add in the harmonies, the stereo harmonies as well.
It's It's not okay. Watch when you say.
There's so much energy there, so much width and thickness. And you get that from having 3 takes of the same thing. If you were to copy and paste it, it would just make it louder. But the fact that they're 3 different takes, there's slight differences in each one, it really thickens up the vocal. Now let's go to a verse. And vocal layers have their place here too. I would always say, as a rule of thumb, it's great to keep your verse vocal layers mono so that when the chorus comes, it can go stereo, it can spread out and really create contrast and make the chorus big. Now, of course, if you have parts of the song in the verses and other parts that need to be big, go stereo. It's totally song dependent. And a lot of the time with pop punk and emo and rock and that kind of stuff, there are big sections that you want to go wide. But generally speaking, you want to rein it in for the not so big sections so you still have that extra level to go, extra gear to get to when the big sections kick in. So let's have a listen to this verse without any layers.
Now that I'm grown up, I can understand everything I dreamt of. I thought I'd be someone, all I really wanted was to not be just like you.
Sounds good. Sounds like there's energy. But there's a lot of words, a lot of vocals happening in the verse. So I thought, as a way to break it up, do a mono double every other line, and it would sort of add an extra dimension to the verse. That's exactly what I feel like it did. Let's have a listen with these mono doubles. So it's just the one double this time. That's not a stereo pair. It's just the same thing recorded once. And let's have a listen to what that does.
Now that I'm grown up, I can understand everything I dreamt of. I thought I'd be someone, all I really wanted was to not be just like you or anybody else. Living in a
So it really gives it that sort of call and response feel, and it breaks up those long lines of vocals. I think it keeps things more interesting, and it adds energy, and it's not too big, so when the chorus hits, there's still somewhere else to go. So let's have a listen to the verse with the mono layers and how that changes when the chorus hits and everything goes stereo.
Am I the only one who is never happy living life disc comfortably? Did I really think I can make a living doing this? I'm so naive. I know you did your best.
Now let's hear when the chorus hits, how it all spreads out and gets super wide.
It's not okay. Watch when you say. Only the lucky ones will ever break away.
So yeah, it adds that extra dimension. The songs all go up a gear. It's a great way to keep that contrast between the verses and the choruses. Now let's talk about mono harmonies in the verse. I felt like at this part of the verse it had quite a good sing-along factor, but it just needed something extra. Let's have a listen to it with just the main vocal by itself.
Waiting for me to get it out of my system. I still dream that I will make it out.
Now let's have a listen to that same part, but with a mono harmony added in to really give it that sing-along factor I was talking about.
Waiting for me to get it out of my system. I still dream that I will make it out.
So I just think it really sets that line apart and makes the listener really engaged at that point. And that's how you want to treat these kinds of doubles and harmonies in verses. You want to pepper them in to the important parts of the song to really draw focus to them. Okay, so let's recap. You have your main vocal down the middle. You record 2 sets of doubles to go alongside that. You pan one all the way to the left. You pan one all the way to the right to give it a thick stereo sound. Then you add your harmony in. You record 2 versions of it. And again, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. And those 5 takes of vocals are your foundation. They're the minimum that you want for your choruses. And the key here is getting those doubles so similar to the main vocal that they sound like one voice. They don't sound separated and like there's more than one singer. Of course, that means the singer recording it has to be good, has to be able to repeat the same thing, which is a challenge in itself, but when you pull it off, it has a great effect. Now, there are plugins you can get and there are ways of editing your doubles so that they are locked in, which is what I did here. And in a future video, I'm going to go through techniques on how to do that and how to really get it locked in, which is so important to making these doubles work. So hopefully, as you can hear, adding in those layers really helped create contrast between the verse and the chorus, really brought the chorus out, and we really took the song to a new level. And of course, you can get creative. You can add in extra harmonies. A lot of pop punk these days has a lower octave tucked in down there. And then when the bridge comes, you might want to take it another direction, depending on whether you want it to be smaller or bigger than the chorus. But there's so much you can do with these layers, and there's so much to go and get stuck into. So guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. I do really hope to monetize these videos eventually in the future, and I need some subscribers to do that. So thank you again for watching, and see you at the next one.